moving on to the final insight in on the Two Writing Teachers website. Um, it's called Risk Taking in the Writer's Notebook. Again, I was really enthused about this article initially. But it just kind of, again, it was brief and it didn't really get a whole lot out of it. I think I literally had 6 bullet points in my notes. What I will say is there are a few insights in here that I really do appreciate, and I just want to highlight them as my reflection. Specifically, Dr. Doctorman, really, his quote was, "We learn when we take risks. We learn when we do something we have not done before. Otherwise, we are not learning." I think that's true. It reminds me again of the argumentative writing text we read talking about, talking about descriptive knowledge versus procedural knowledge. We learn things, and so I somewhat disagree with Doctorman here, but we learn things in school, right? But then when we go to apply the skills, I'm not going to say that that's not beneficial, because we're growing in that process. We're growing in our ability to do what we learned. If we all we did was, tap the surface of every important thing, if all we did is tap the surface of every important thing in school, then we would have, yes, well-rounded students, but we wouldn't have skilled students. And so I think it's equally important to learn new things as well as apply the things we've learned, build on that knowledge, and then learn how to produce things with the knowledge that we have. One example is essay writing. For me, that's a skill I've been working on for a long, long time. It used to be scary to write a 3-page paper. Even in high school, that was a lot. I sat down and in 2 hours the other day wrote a 7-page paper, and very few grammatical errors, full citations, everything. And so that's proven true in my own life, is saying that, well, yeah, we learn when we take risks, but sometimes when we do those risks, we take those risks, we need to apply what we learned for a while and grow the skill rather than learning a new thing. But one thing that also is kind of implied in Doctorman's statement that I agree with is that learning sometimes is uncomfortable. Sometimes we have to stretch ourselves to learn new things that we don't think we like, or we don't. Certainly, it could just be uncomfortable for us. That's the best term for it. I was trying to find another one. We'll stick with uncomfortable. But those risks lead to new discoveries. I believe in the article, the anecdote the author uses is that I believe it was her mother passed away or something, and as they reflect on their mother, as they write about their mother, while that's hard for them emotionally, it actually helps them put into words the experience they had with their mother and really understand the concrete aspects of her personhood that they want to emulate in their own life. And so, yes, that's uncomfortable, and in certain areas we should be able to embrace that. But they also describe the learning process as a playground. And so, that's much less painful and is probably a better image for younger students. But regardless, what they're saying is that it's an active process. And, I guess there's some risk. Whether or not there's fear involved is a different story, but there's some risk in students playing on many playgrounds. But it should be fun. It should be enjoyable. And so when you produce content, especially content that's emotionally rich, like reflecting on a parent or a family member who's passed away, yes, that's emotionally difficult, but I believe what they're kind of sort of hinting at here is that the payoff's worth it, and the payoff makes that process enjoyable. Some of the best artistic work has been produced out of pain and out of in-depth emotional feeling. And so being able to do that in a writer's workshop, being able to do that in your notebook any particular day, writing about something you haven't wrote about before, or just engaging a subject matter or engaging a style you've never engaged before as a writer. It could be freeing, it could be cathartic, it could be enjoyable. And so yeah, that's really what I got out of it. I will certainly encourage my students to take these risks when appropriate, and I look forward to engaging that writing process alongside my students in my future classroom. That will conclude my review of Two Writing Teachers. That blog, again, you'll be getting another one summing up the entire experience, but as far as a close reading, this is it. Thank you.